We're still running out of supply. That's probably because we need to improve the supply here. That can be arranged. We will do oh, it's because we've taken loads of infrastructure damage. Go ahead and do the repairs. Oh yeah, especially Iowa. Yikes. First of all, though, that still needs to be at the top because we can get more planes in here. This now has a capacity of 800. So that's going to be all except for you. Fly over here. 800 fighters now in this area. With very good coverage. They're still getting their bombers through, though. We've shot down 35 fighters. Oh, that's in the last few days. Last few months, we've shot down 32 fighters and 16 bombers, and we've lost 32 fighters. So we are overall still getting the advantage. We're also getting a lot of air experience, which I will be able to use to upgrade them. Some Mordred faces. Such as. I don't really know if I pull any faces or anything. Probably do. Ooh, that's a nice cutoff. Can we punch through? Yes, we can. Yes, we can. Alright, you attack that, you attack that. Finish off that 15. Lovely. Alright, I want one of you going. Where are you off to? No, don't do that. Stay here. Are the Americans doing any pushing along here? Nope. I think we've still kind of shocked them with the ferocity of our offensive here. Right, let's just see if we can punch through along the top in order to make taking over the Rockies that little bit easier. So we'll just head along there. We'll have you just basically try and outrun them. You are attacking already, that's excellent. How are these guys doing? Are you in 5th of October? Okay. 2 months. Neon, thank you very much for the subscription, I appreciate that. You want the emote. Fair enough, fair enough. It does that intense stare sometimes, it gets all quiet and scary. I don't know what face that is. Intense stare, like they... I don't know. Go there. Let's get a cut off here. You're assisting. Excellent. Then we'll get a cut off of those two. Cool. And then you lot just basically just need to charge across. Okay, the Americans are trying to do some counter-offensives now. Not particularly effective, but still they are doing a bit of damage. So we need to try and wrap this up as quickly as possible so that we can have our entire force over on that front. And we will have done some very significant damage to the American forces here. I mean, these guys are completely out of organization, which actually means that I could shift the purples over to the east flank. The Alpha Brains. And then use just these tanks to punch through and do the damage, because they'll be a lot quicker. Even in the mountains, weirdly. Let's have one of you attacking there, one of you attacking there. Like, we don't need to wait. We can just keep going. Kill them all! And then we can amass our tanks here and basically come down the side where it's nice and flat. Part of the reason I left this open. So I could use it as a backdoor, essentially. Haha! Victory! Loads of emotes! Reform the High Command. Excellent. Let's get the military science, as I promised to do a while ago. Our maximum organisation for the tank division is now 50, and the maximum for these guys, 69. Definitely seen it go higher than 69. You just go across there. One of you go there, one of you, actually you can go there. Just attack in all directions and just finish them off. Yeah. Loads of overruns, this is good. Persia has capitulated. How many kills have we got? We've killed 1.5 million Americans We've lost 90,000 of our own. I'd say that's pretty good. Yeah, that pocket is basically gone. So I would say that this pocket has probably been about 1 million men. Probably more. Because I don't think we've actually taken that many losses over on this front yet. But the war from here will be more difficult. Like, the war was planned to get this. My tanks are almost out of, well, they're halfway in the planning preparation, even the infantry are. So we will need to dig in for a while, and that's going to give the initiative to the Americans. And there we go. All of those units are now overrun. Their losses are 1.68 million to my 93. Not too shabby. Not too shabby. That also means that I could probably move the Air Force. No, not really. What's your capacity? Is it 1,000 yet? Oh, yes, it is. Right, let's shift you over there. Then we have everybody here, basically in range. I probably should try and upgrade my fighter 2s. Get the engine so we can get the extra range. I'd rather you get the full 5 points in that. Also, am I still needing to import steel? Ha! No. No, I'm not. So let's get rid of these rubbish ones first. That was another reason to go for this area, because I know there's a lot of steel here. Although that was not factoring into my own calculations. Get rid of these. Get rid of you. Get rid of you. And you. And you. Twice. We're still positive. Yeah, we can easily get rid of them all. Okay, excellent. So we are now completely self-sufficient once again, except for rubber. Rubber we're not. Boom! I know the number represents war prisoners and not just deaths. That's true. Okay. Okay. So, I think the purples are going to take responsibility for the northern front up to here. I'll wait for them to actually arrive before we do anything else with them. Reds, you're going to need planning preparation to get to that. And then the purples, you're also going to need a plan. I'm going to say that your plan's going to be a little more mild. We'll just say this. We can always draw another line afterwards. So let's get you into position. The Pacific States and the Canadians moving around very worriedly, seeing a sudden change in neighbour. Our stockpiles are still doing remarkably well. I was kind of expecting to have lost a lot more planes than I actually have, and we're starting to wrestle control. Ah, you're trying to bomb me. You sneaky. Much sneaky. So let's set a wing of 200. 400. Deploy here, and I'm going to set you both to interception, because I'm not expecting any actual superiority battles to go on here. Although, no. One of you needs to be on superiority as well, in case we start seeing some nukes, because it's now 1944, they could start happening. Still a bit early, but it could. An emote can be of scissors cutting a battle line for the cutoffs. A sort of great victory emote. A victory emote would be interesting. Yeah, a victory emote and a loss emote. Or a facepalm type thing. Just get the logo with a hand in front of it. Facepalm. I might have to think about that one. Alright, so the Americans are definitely doing some probing attacks up here. Once the purples are in position, have gained a little bit of their organisation back, I can pull the yellow line back to here, and then we could start a major offensive along the entire length. But that will need to wait for the planning preparation. There is a reason I went ground battle plan. It's that I could do these massive offensives. Emote 1. Disappointed! That is a very good idea. I should probably note that down. Notes. I've also been making notes of how to update my Patreon, so expect some changes there. Okay, so we're saying disappointed emote. Victory emote. facepalm. Cool. C31, so we have now finished the entire doctrine. Excellent. We could upgrade the artillery. We could start getting... Yeah, I don't want to get medium tanks. Those are 45. Oh, you know what we need? We need fighter 3s. I'm actually kind of surprised we're doing as well as we are with the fighter 2s, considering it's 44 already. Yeah, the Hussar one I'm not so sure about. Just because I wouldn't know what it is. Or at least the Mordred emote. Right, the purple's in position. I'm going to say the purple's in position. So, yellow, let's drop you down to wherever the purple starts, which I think is there. Right, let's get you guys into position. The CSA just declared war on the Pacific States. So you are now fighting against Canada. You don't even have a border with them anymore. Why would you declare war on them? I mean, seriously, that's just silly. Right. Ha! My other army is ready. So let's go ahead and have you guys appearing in northern Texas. That sounds reasonable. Put you in a new army. I'm just going to start you training. Oh, it wasn't all of you. Kind of jumped the gun a bit. But that's fine. This also means that I need to try and beat Canada to all of the important stuff. So tanks, you're not going to have as long to prepare as I was kind of hoping. Can you see the template for my divisions? I don't know, that's a state secret. Yeah, of course you can. So my shooty bang bangs, which is the infantry, have loads of infantry. We have combat width of 40 because that is optimal for the kind of high-end divisions. And I'm using the light SP artillery because they provide a tiny bit of armor. They're not broken like the mediums and the heavy SP artillery apparently is in Kaiserreich. And you can upgrade them unlike regular artillery. Which is a really big boost. Like, I'm looking forward to an update where you actually can create variants of infantry equipment and artillery and air guns and anti-tanks and all that stuff. I'd also like to see a few more options in the variants. But that's the regular template. We have support artillery, which isn't particularly well upgraded. It's just a little bit of a bonus. Field hospitals, because manpower is kind of an issue, and also I want to preserve their experience. Recon, because it improves their attack, and engineers, because it improves their defense. Then the tank divisions are 10 motorized. That's mostly for the organization that they give, otherwise we'd have a very low organization. We have a bunch of light tanks because we are trying to get as high a breakthrough as possible, and then a couple of light SPs for even more breakthrough, and also the soft attack, because I'm kind of guessing we'll be fighting against mostly infantry. Although this is the USA, so they will probably be a bit more armoured. Actually, no, they are almost exclusively infantry. I don't think I've seen any CSA tanks. The only nation that seems to use a lot of tanks, weirdly enough, is the Union of Britain. And considering they're the least industrial of the syndicalist nations, that's very strange. Oh, you're actually pushing north. Interesting. Might explain where a big chunk of your army is, actually. You all not assigned to this. Oh, some of you are sitting back because of infrastructure issues. That is understandable. I'm going to upgrade or repair some more of that. And I would like to improve... infrastructure elsewhere. I mean, Nebraska's a level 7. Infrastructure really shouldn't be a problem. It's just because I have such large armies on the march. One thing I would like to do, though, is I would to push through here to stop Canada getting across into Michigan. So actually, you know what? Let's just start an offensive. Just a general offensive, please. Yeah, it's starting to bulge out here, which actually kind of plays into my hands because it means I can go Or I can even get a cut-off, possibly. Maybe I should play for the cut-off. I should probably play for the cut-off. Oh no, you want to do that. And let's make sure that Canada can't get through there. Getting to Detroit first will be harder, but it actually looks like CSA are pushing out. So yeah, part of the reason that they have so few troops on my border is probably because they're focused on Canada. Yeah, with the width, 20 width is probably the optimal for the early game, because combat width is always multiple of, well, it's always a multiple of 5, but generally you want combat width to be either 10, 20 or 40, or absolute maximum 80, because when you are fighting a battle just one province to one province, the combat width is 80. Then for every additional province, I think it's an additional 40 that are in attacking. So for example, if we click here, you can see the combat width is 80, so I can get 2 full divisions in because it's 40 and 40. Any additional beyond that combat width sit here in the reserves and are only cycled in later. With the 20 combat width, you can get up to 4 units, which means you can have more of a cycle going on, so you can have better reinforcing. The units are also cheaper and you can hold a longer line, but I need my units to have as big a punch as possible, so I went for the combat width 40 because it's the biggest bang for your buck. And I didn't want to go for 80. The only nation that should really go for 80 probably is Russia or China, because it is super manpower intensive, especially the infantry ones. Still 44. We have literally no bombers, so I don't think I'm going to bother with that. I think I probably want... Ooh, 40... Yeah, 20% more fighter detection. Means I can find more of their fighters to shoot them down. That sounds like a good plan to me. Yeah, I wasn't sure that Mexico would be able to support it. I'm kind of surprised that they are. Oh, cut off. Will you be able to get there? No, in fact, you can go and support. And even if you do force them to retreat, you're not going to be able to go back into that. Unless, of course, you lost the fight. This is proving to be a bit of a tougher cooking than expected. Oh, you are starting to really delve. Although that, I believe, is cut off. Pin them. You are 2 days 13 out. You are 1 day 21. Keep on pinning them. There, they're trying to pin me now. Never mind, never mind. Aha, we got through. And we got a cut off here. Excellent. Dalila, Santik, Rustatam. Thank you very much for the follow. Appreciate that. Yeah, I heard about the case where someone stole a silly amount of maple syrup. I heard about that. Like, how do they expect to sell it? It's not exactly easy to flog however many thousands of gallons it was. You know what's worse is no poutine. I really need to try that one of these days. I've never had it. Non-aggression with Nepal. No. Ooh, that's a bit dangerous. You could get a cut off on me. Alright, yellows. I think it is time for you to prove your worth. Go. Let's put some pressure on. Purples. Likewise. Let's go and put some pressure on these people. You're still training. So I have additional forces I can send in. They really are trying to get a cut off here. That's very double plus on good. Yeah, it was probably a bad idea not taking the offensive. I'm getting a little bit nervous about the state of my manpower. Have you changed your manpower laws yet? You are still on extensive. You are still on 0. You have got to be hurting for manpower considering the losses I've inflicted on you. That is a very serious problem. Okay, tanks, cancelling your orders. You are going to do this. And I'll give up this area if I have to. Yeah, they are definitely pushing me here in the north, and I don't like that. That's a full strength unit as well. We could be a problem. We could be in trouble here. And there's the cutoff. With 4... Oh man, you overran 4 units? Oh crap. And there's a second cutoff. I think we've just lost our tanks. I mean, we have a massive amount of breakthrough, so we should be able to punch through, but they're advancing alarmingly quickly. I mean, it's not over, but it's not good. You are going to need to stop training, because I need you in the fray. Actually, having you commando would be very useful. I'm going to have you there with an objective of taking this, and you are going to be white. Go. Yeah, I'm going to need you going. Right, you lot. Get into that corner. Can't believe I lost 4 tank divisions already, just from a really unlucky cutoff. This could be very bad. This could be very, very bad. How am I out of supply already? It's been like a day. Oh crap. Canada? Would you give me access? Thank you, Canada. Okay, we're saved. Run away! Run away! Military access apparently does let you get supply. Interesting. I did not know that. Okay, so clearly the purples are really struggling. So I'm going to reduce the purple line and let the others, the whites up there, do their bit. Purple. Reduce your line to here. And I'm going to delete that. So I don't need to worry about it. Okay. And I'm going to tell everyone to stop attacking. Let's get back into position. Hold the line. Oh, blimey. How'd you do that? Naval invasion? Maybe? But how have you beaten the Commonwealth of Canada's navy? Because I only have 11 ships. Wait, what? Oh! Whoops, I kind of forgot about my navy. And they kind of got sank. Not that I had a very big one, but still, annoying. 11 destroyers lost there. This is why I don't like destroyers, they're rubbish. Okay, I'm going to need you guys to double... No, actually. You've abandoned this line. Seriously? Oh, I'm going to make you pay for that. You, though. Make your way back around there. Go. Whoops. Aeroplanes. How will they do? We lost our airbase. That's not good. And I'm out of manpower. That's double plus on good. See you, Thompson. Well, actually, I'm these 100s are 150, they are 100. So I can go to service by requirement. 20% of the population. Oh, sorry, yeah, all adults serve even. There's only one away from scraping the barrel. At which point it's game over, man. Game over. Right, so I have 2 million manpower. They've still not done it. Military science means another technology. Marvellous. Yeah, don't really need those. Don't need the land doctrine, don't need the actually I could do the electronics because that would allow me to get more radar. No, I think I'm just going to save the political power for other design companies. Well, the original line was over here. You can see where the forts are. So we have been pushing them. But they're doing a lot of damage over here, which I don't like. Right, you lot. Have a go. Use your speed, guys. Use your speed. And if I'm able, I would like to build some more tanks. I'm not really. Still kind of need everything. In fact, the one which is probably the most dangerous at the moment are my lack of planes. And what I will do is I'm going to grab you two and I'm going to turn you into interception because they are clearly trying to bomb me. And I don't like that. It's not nice for them to bomb me. It's just not cricket.